Yummy. Yummy.
Common Good TV show. The Common Good TV show. Brought to you by Veteran Rescue Mission. Highlighting the good in the community. Hosted by Pastor John McLean. Tucson's favorite family show. The Common Good Radio Show. The Common Good Radio Show. Brought to you by Veteran Rescue Mission. Highlighting the good in the community. Hosted by Pastor John McLean. Tucson's favorite family show.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Me and Ran are just making fun during the break.
Just playing.
This is a Common Good Radio Show brought to you by Veteran Rescue Mission. I'm Pastor John McLean, here with the man with the plan for your brand, Mr. Ran Williams, with Blue Pearl Design and Printing, apparently.
Always.
Yeah, nice.
Yes,
so that's bluepearldesignandprinting.com.
Correct.
Okay. I should remember that or not at all, and you'll remind me every single time.
It's fine.
Yeah, cool.
You're doing well.
Thank you. And then we also have an awesome guest co-host today. I will mention it probably every single time. The smartest person, one of the smartest people we've had in the studio, because my wife does edit these videos. Mrs. Alyssa DeMeo with Astrum Consulting, and we haven't mentioned it yet, but she's married to a military member, and he's an impressive gentleman. Like hopefully one day we can talk him into coming on the show, because I haven't got to. I probably not, huh?
My shy boy.
Yeah. I haven't got to get to talk to him much or get to know him much, but what I have got to know is super impressive. So, yeah. Thank you for coming, for stepping in, and for being. I mean, just an encyclopedia of business information and knowledge. So yeah, it's cool.
And thank you for always stroking my ego.
Yeah, absolutely. We all love it. Yeah. And speaking of people that definitely could use a good ego stroke, and hey, that's pun intended on that one. Yeah.
Whoa,
PGA
family
pro.
show.
He is someone that actually can hopefully help me lose a few strokes, and again, another pun intended, because he is a PGA pro. And when I first met him, I felt like nah, no way. Is this a unicorn? Did a unicorn just kind of come in my presence? And then the funny thing, like most, like 95% of the people in our world ran, and now Alyssa, you see, they're from the Sands Club. And so I initially met him at the Sands Club, and he, obviously just like anybody else that plays golf. Once he told me he was a pro, I was like, well, I would have to be his best friend. And then so we sat down and had lunch. And as we were having lunch and talking, not only did he explain to me kind of how he can help somebody, in all these different ways with their golf game, but he showed me like a peek years down the road and how brilliant he really is, and how he wants to revolutionize how people participate with golf above and beyond helping me get down to being a scratch golfer. So I say all that to say, don't let me ruin it. Don't take my word for it. We have Cesar I'm not even going to say it. I'm not even going to say it. I was going to try to say it. I was going to try to. But I'm a name butcher, and I don't want to butcher your name, because I certainly respect you. And I want to actually even give a nod to your website, which is CB2PGA. And that's a cool name. So without me butchering your last name, just remember the CB part, CB2PGA. And but tell us, what is CB2PGA, and and a little bit about your backstory.
Yeah, thank you for the amazing intro,
Yeah,
Pastor
well,
John.
you deserve it, brother.
You really hyped me up there.
Yeah, well, hey.
And I'm excited
Did I say a single lie? Did I say a single lie? No.
My name's Cesar Balgañon II, hence CBPGA.
One more
That's
Spanish
easy.
class, I'll get that.
That's easy,
Well, it's just I don't want to mess it up. It's just I don't want to mess it up.
You had it like 6 times.
I'm gonna get
in
it.
a row
I'm gonna
before
get
we-
it. I know. I'm gonna practice it in front of the mirror at home. So next time we have you on the show, I'm just gonna say it nonstop the whole entire time.
It's going to be like butter.
Yeah, it's butter.
Awesome. But yeah, just a bit about myself. I'm born and raised here in Tucson, Arizona. I'm a proud Pasquayaki tribal member.
Nice.
And just a little bit of background on how I got into the game of golf is I actually hated it growing up. I didn't think it looked fun. Nobody I knew that looked like me played, and my dad and uncles played though for, well, probably later in life when I was like 17, 16, but I always played baseball. And I picked it up with them when I was 20, and I'm 30 now. And I just got addicted to it.
I don't know if I ever asked you this. What positions you play in baseball?
First base, catcher, pitcher.
You a lefty?
No.
Right-handed first baseman.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
I love first base. Probably because I didn't have to run too much.
Yeah, I get that.
Right from the dugout to first base, you know.
So at 30, you got into golf.
20.
20. Okay.
And I just got addicted to it. You know, it was not even something I saw for my future. I just grew up playing a lot of different sports, and I thought, why can't I get this ball in the air? Or like, it's just, I'm thinning shots, I'm chunking shots. And I just kept playing, and I needed to find a way to play it for cheap or free. And so I started working at Sewilo Golf Club, which is owned by the Casino del Sol and the Pasquayaki tribe. And yeah, you know, I've been there for almost 8 years now, 8 years in January. Might be a bit of a stretch, but yeah, just started cleaning clubs out there, got into the PGM program, Professional Golf Management Program, became a member this past August. And yeah, I really love what I do, and I love spreading the word about golf and getting more people into it and making it really, really simple and seamless for them to love the game like I do.
I'm glad you said that, because the theme of the show today is love.
Awesome.
And what do you love, and you know, what are you passionate about, and got you into what you did? So you already touched that. Ding 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 ding. Word of the day is. but what do you got, Rand?
Well, a couple questions, but one of my questions is what is it? What is that love that you have for golf? What has it brought to your life, and how do you share that love with others?
Yeah, that's a great question. I love teaching it, and one thing we do at Sewilo Golf Club is we have a PGA Junior League that we started actually in the middle of COVID in 2020. And it was for our tribal members. We had scholarships for them, 20 of them to start with, and we got them jerseys with their names on it. And it was something for them to do because golf could have easily been, you know, shut down completely. But, you know, social distancing kind of implemented it to it. We were wearing gloves, we were wearing masks the entire time. We just had really strict rules to follow. We were cleaning the clubs every time the kids used them, and we got a lot of kids into the game from then. And now we're at 45 juniors, all tribal members, all on scholarships. My nephew, he just started up Pueblo's high school team back up, just with the conversation, you know, and there are people that were willing to help, and that's really powerful for me to, you know, give him that platform and say, man, you did it. You said you were going to do it, and you did. But I love how much you can connect with somebody out on the golf course.
Right.
You know, there's two
Business
things.
meetings.
Totally. There's two things that I tell everyone is to get them into the game is people on their drive home aren't worried about how you played or what you shot. They're thinking about, man, I can't believe I missed that putt, and I can't believe I didn't hit that drive down the middle on this hole. And you know, the other thing is you can play with anybody. You can play with Tiger Woods as long as you keep that good flow going. If you miss the ball a couple times, just pick it up and go on to the next one, or say, you know, hey, that was a great drive. I'm going to go play from that one. Just keep it rolling.
That's one thing I think I really regret is not pursuing golf. It was so difficult to play. I just felt like, oh, that's a lesser sport. And now when I look at it, I'm like, to have the community, the conversations that you can have on a golf course, being in some of the most beautiful environments at the different golf courses out there. So you're out in nature. To me, it's a beautiful sport. And I think now I'm probably just be best being a caddy.
No, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. I mean, I did play in high school. My dad didn't start playing until he was older, kind of like the story you're telling, Cesar. But it's, you know, it's not as hard as you think it is. It's not as I think that's kind of a lot of people in their own head they see golf as kind of being this like have to be a sharpshooter type person, but no, it's really something like they say, and I guess I mean Cesar will speak to it a lot better than I will. The club does most of the work. You just have to learn how to use the club.
100%.
Yeah.
It's those tools for you. You know, like just another example. Yesterday, I was golfing with my niece and nephews at an indoor simulator, and I let my nephew use my driver, and he's like, "Well, what if I mess it up, or what if I chip some of the paint?" Like, hey man, they're tools. They're not trophies. So it's not about what they look like. You gotta use them.
Yeah.
But to that point, one of the first things you think about with golf is it's an expensive sport to get into, which is what my husband told me when I told him I'm an Ivy League graduate. I need to learn how to play golf. So how can somebody get into golf and keep it affordable to do so?
Yeah, I'd start off with a lesson with the PGA professional, and then you got a friend, you've got a coach, and you got somebody that you can ask a bunch of questions to. Pre-owned clubs, I think, is the best way to do it. If I could start over, I remember when I first started golfing and I got really into it. Like, you know what, I'm gonna invest into some clubs, and I bought all the wrong set. It was like 3 different shaft flexes, which there's so many components that goes into it. But if you have a PGA professional, if I start over, I would do a lesson to start with.
Smart.
Awesome. Well, how can people plug in and get a hold of you, utilize your services?
I have, LinkedIn, my first and last name, Cesar Balgañon II. Instagram, C Balgañon PGA. My website, cb2pga.com.
Yeah, so CB2PGA is the one you want, because, I mean, you could try to spell his name, but it's Balganon. Cesar, and the third? The second. He'll have the third. It's coming. We'll be right back.
Common Good TV show. The Common Good TV show. Brought to you by Veteran Rescue Mission. Highlighting the good in the community. Hosted by Pastor John McClain, Tucson's favorite